Jonathan, and we got those deck lists coming in just a moment. Now, I was seeing some chat about the deck list. There will be a deck list on Facebook posted a few days after the event, and then you're also more than welcome to check out these VODs on YouTube at Versus Gaming's FL. Same handle as here. You just go to YouTube, sub to there, and you can see these matchups played back. If you missed anything and you want to see how it ended, that's a good way for you to do that.
So we got a matchup of the classic rival battle, Steel Song versus Red Purple Bounce.
Let's go. I was waiting for this one.
All right, so the Red Purple players got a lot of tech cards in here. One Spirit of Winter Elsa, one Spellbook. He's opting to play 7 1-drops instead of the normal 8. We got some Cusco's, 4 minis. Looks standard right here. Only 3 Lady Tremaine, maxing out on dragons, which I'm seeing a lot of players cut down to 2, maybe even 3 copies. 3 Ursulas, and we got 1 Pinocchio Talkative Puppet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when you see the 1-drops, the 1-ofs, and you got a few 1-ofs here in Jonathan's deck, so maybe not as consistent as it could be, but maybe they have that tech use that this helps out in those situations. I know Elsa can always be useful. And then we got Laurence rocking that Steel Song deck. Now, his is going to be more of that generic Steel Song that you have been seeing. You're going to see tons and tons of song. He's running the Let the Storm Rage On, Strength of a Raging Fire, Whole New World, Grab Your Swords, Be Our Guest. He's got the whole gambit of songs, but some unique things that are going to be in this deck is you got the Tiana, the small Tiana, and I believe that he's not going to be running that big Tiana, but he is going. I know Lawrence personally. I have played with him. He has toyed with it a few times, and it can be pretty effective. So I'm actually kind of surprised to not see him using it today.
Jonathan's at 1 lore, so we're gonna keep a lore total here until we're able to change it. So John's at 1. And you're going to play a Simba Bodyguarded, and Lawrence will also go to 1. Passing over to Jonathan. Jonathan has opened up really well. Turn 1, 1-drop, turn 2, Cusco. Cusco's honestly becoming a mainstay in the format right now. I've been playing a lot of Red Purple, and I've loved Cusco. It's been outstanding. Now Lawrence is at 3 lore. Opting to quest out. Inked and play hardcast Friends on the other side. Interesting. So no other 3-drops for Jonathan. A Fox would have been huge. Inks Be Our Guest. And he can do a lot. He can shift into the Queen, quest for 2, and then have Simba take out either the Cusco or the Olaf, preferably the Olaf, so that Teeth of Ambitions gets less value. Let's see what he decided to do.
I definitely think the Olaf is the play there for sure. Wanting to see that Queen shift. I'd be surprised if we don't see it.
You need to get a singer online. That's for sure. He's going to play flute instead. Okay.
So choosing to set up I believe he has songs, but he wants to get the most value out of those songs.
Honestly, I'm considering using Simba into the Cusco. You don't want to let Cusco gain too much value, because the longer you let him be on board, he's just free lore.
Yeah.
So yes, he gets a card when he's banished, but the longer you leave him on the board, the longer he quests for lore. And he opted just to quest for 2, going to 5.
He's gonna make Jonathan do the attacking.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Inks, and he's going to play, looks to be Goat. John goes to 2. Or no, I'm sorry, goes to 6 now, it looks like. Yeah. All right, let's see. I see a Prince Eric. That's also a unique addition in song, as of right now anyway. Set 1, it was definitely dominant. Let's see what he decides to do. Now would be a supreme. Now the Queen is looking less valuable, because the Merlin can just take it out.
He's gonna elect to do it anyway. Is he gonna sing with it, or is he gonna play it for the quest?
Looks like he has He looks like he has Storm Range on, Tragic Hero. I can't tell what the other 2 cards. Oh, double.
It's a Whole New World in the back there. Nope, I'm just kidding. That's a Prince Eric. Oh, it's a what is that? Let's Storm Rage on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 copies in his hand. Yep.
And a beast.
He's going to
Maybe
quest
put
for
a
2.
quest.
He's going to go after the Olaf. Okay. So he's going to go to 7 lore. And that will be it. He's really saving those songs.
I think he wants to get a few more flutes online before he really starts busting them out.
Yeah.
I know he is running 4 flutes in this deck, so that is a big part of what he wants to do. Maybe gonna wait till he gets that beast down, wait for some card draw. I really think his best bet is to utilize it.
Yeah. Goat should be trading into the queen without a doubt. There's no
He has to get through Simba first.
oh yeah. Maui, yep,
Ooh,
that
that'll
does
get
it.
through Simba.
Oh,
Oh, so the
interesting.
goat will take out Simba, and then Maui will take out the queen. I mean, either way, it's kind of potatoes right there. What's going to happen? I would have sent the goat into the queen just so I get that lore off of it, but I think he wants that board state more than
And
the
then
lore right this second.
yep, and then John goes to 7. The deck list will be posted of the top 8 after the event. We're not making deck lists public due to player confidentiality. And he's going to let the Storm Rage on, destroy the Maui, quest for 1 with Flute. Lawrence goes to 8.
All right, so now
And
he's
pass.
got a key singer on the field.
He's going to ink a Fox, play the Tremaine to get rid of the Singer, and then quest for 2, go to 9 for Jonathan.
Both players making plays and questing at the same time, getting lore at the same time, clearing boards while doing all that. That's another thing that just wasn't really an option in the first chapter. And now with these other mechanics like the mims and the goats, I mean, it really makes a big difference.
Inking Ariel
Wow.
to play Tragic Hero. This way he can sing a whole new world next turn.
I don't think he has a whole new world though.
Yeah, he drew it.
He does.
Yep. He has whole new world and let the Storm Rage on.
2
So he's
copies
gonna...
of Storm.
Ooh, that's clean. The 1 of Talkative Puppet is going to allow him to clear that out. John's going to go to 10 lore, and he draws a card and clears the Tragic Hero, which is huge. And then plays Merlin Rabbit, draw a card, and then quest for 2 with Tremaine. Yep, go to 12. Huge Talkative Puppet right there for Jonathan.
And that's a 1 of. That's that 1 of that we saw, and we see why he put it in there.
Yeah, not looking good for Lawrence right now.
Lawrence having a slow start to this deck.
Whole new world.
Ooh, had to hard cast it though, and that's tough. You don't. I mean, that really leaves him with such little option. He did pull a Cinderella, which is great because at least it gave him something that he can play. But you really wanted to see a little bit more than that off that whole new world play, and he would have had the opportunity then to do a huge play had that not gone down.
Yeah, and then he's gonna quest go to 9 with the Flute,
and he was able to get rid of a Be Prepared and an Ursula, both big cards. But I see it. Well, once again, thinking that Olaf is Elsa. I don't see much replenishment there. He do have a couple of Mauis, but I mean, I do think that whole new world helped him.
Yeah. All right, and he's got John's gonna quest go to 13, 14, 15, 16. This game's looking almost but all but wrapped up. He's gonna bounce the 1-up puppet and play the puppet. Oh, that's a great combo right there. This way he'll be able to take out the Cinderella.
Yeah. That'll probably wrap her up.
Yeah. And yeah, that kind of looks like it's about over.
Ink the world's greatest criminal mind.
He needs to clear 2 cards at least. He needs to clear the Tremaine and one of the 1-drops to even live 1 more turn. Could hard cast Grab Your Sword. That'll let your opponent go to 19, but if he has a goat, that's the game right there.
Yeah. Trying. Oh, All right, so we got one grab your sword. So we're gonna clear some stuff off, which is good. He's gonna get one lore off of the flute from that one, bringing him up to 10.
But then one goat. You know, play Simba at the ready.
It doesn't take much for Jonathan to pull it out right here.
Just one goat.
Gonna quest, bring it up to 19.
And there's the goat.
And
Yep.
there's the goat.
All
All
right.
right.
Jonathan goes to 20 and takes game one relatively quickly. 10-minute game, exactly.
Yep.
All right, so now Lawrence will be on the play. This is kind of why I'm not really a fan of the mid-range version, just because if you're playing a mid-range game, red purple just does that a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Their card quality is a lot higher. And you're playing cards like World's Greatest Criminal Mind that doesn't really come up in the matchup. I don't know. If I'm in Lawrence's shoes, I'm not feeling too hot.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, this is kind of where that the talk of red purple versus amber steel. It was a little bit more balanced before. It's a little bit less balanced now. Whereas they have to really pull the right cards, being the steel Son deck, to make this happen. Where Jonathan playing the Ruby Amethyst has so many more options at every stage of the game, which really makes it hard to not love that deck. Both players getting ready now.
Yeah, that I'm still shocked at how that one of Talkative Puppet literally, I think, took it over the top for Jonathan right then and there.
Both players getting their mulligan ready now with Jonathan being on the draw. Do you feel like with the Ruby Amethyst that has a hindrance, or do you think that they can play into the draw pretty well?
Since he's playing the mid-range version, I don't think that's too much of a hindrance.
Do you think it will help Laurence out having that draw or having that first play?
Oh, absolutely. Going first in this game is such a huge benefactor and a step in the right direction towards winning the game, since you'll always be ahead of the curve. Of course, unless you're Sapphire Steel.
All right, so we have a Minnie Mouse on Jonathan's side. We have a Tiana getting a quest off for one, and a Prince Eric on the field getting ready to go and take out whatever gets in his way.
Yeah, the Prince Erics are coming up a lot more now due to the fact that there are so many 1/3 characters running around. Definitely a huge benefactor there. It's gonna ink the mini, it looks like. Does he have the snake?
Gonna go ahead and put some damage on Tiana. Ooh, then tease the mission to finish her off. Okay, yeah, it would be weird to just put some damage for no reason. So yeah, we got that trade off right there. Unfortunately, still have that Prince Eric on the field, but at least giving a little bit less traction to Laurence right at the beginning. Definitely a better starting hand for Laurence than last time.
Absolutely.
Muting for a quick second chat. Give us one moment.
All right, so now we got that Maleficent getting that card draw. Having a little bit of a hard time seeing the lore right here, so we're going to get an update on that. And then we have a goat coming down, so bringing Jonathan up by one.
It's 4 to 1. I got it.
All right, and a Rapunzel coming down.
I'm gonna quest a 5.
Not able to get any card draw off of Rapunzel, but at least able to play something there is pretty important. And a Maui coming down. So we got a couple options here. Definitely going to clear it, but how? How does he want to clear it? Going to go ahead and take out that Simba, and then use the goat to take out the Prince Eric. So that goat has enough health to do a little bit against a couple things. You can do some damage on that Rapunzel, stay alive, and then the Maui can take her out. So I feel like that's definitely a great play. Right. Lawrence at 5 ink right now.
Contemplating.
He wants to play something. He just doesn't know if it's the right move. There's different options. He wants to get rid of those. He's thinking about using that grab your swords, I believe. It's not a terrible play, but it doesn't take away the Maui.
He's going to go ahead and queen. All right. Probably going to pass turn, leave the Rapunzel at the ready.
Yep. Definitely not going to overexpose. I think he realized on the last round that he was kind of overexposing himself, leaving himself vulnerable too much. He needs to play a little bit safer this round, which is smart.
Yeah, now he's at 6 ink. So next turn, he's probably going to quest out. He's going to quest for 1, go to 2. And then you use the snake to bounce back, go to 3.
And then play it again.
Go to 4.
Love that swing right there. Absolutely.
Bouncing was supposed to be a drawback.
It's a drawback to your opponent because they lose faster.
Yeah, so now that Jonathan's at 6 ink, he wants to keep in mind that start of next turn, he's online to activate and be prepared. So he's going to grab your sword. Honestly, at this point, I would honestly just quest. Oh, he sung it. Oh, he's gonna
double cast. So that will get the clear, and that is a great play. Way to control the board by Lawrence, and then gets that extra questing, bringing him up by 2 to bring him to, I believe, 7.
Yep, it's gonna go to 7. I don't know if that was.
Now Ursula coming down, so Lawrence going down to 6. So now we have, and Jonathan getting a little bit of card draw off that. Right, Lawrence going to play that Prince Eric, which is good because with Ursula, she's got thick booty. You got to get through it with somebody. And
yeah.
Eric's a great one to attack with, especially with the bonus from the Queen. That's enough to almost get him there.
Yeah, and should be questing out here. Go to 10. All right, this game's actually looking good as long as Jonathan doesn't seem to be prepared.
100%. And that's the thing. I mean, Lauren, I said right before, getting the right cards in the right order. He's definitely getting that. And then it also gets coupled with Jonathan not getting the best hand in the world. It definitely leaves a window open.
You can sing, sing friends.
He's
trying to be prepared. Nope.
Oh, he got a Maleficent Dragon, which is a great card, but doesn't have the ink for it. Won't have any ink for it for until next turn. He might have the Yzma. I don't think that's a great play, though. Oh, he's going to ink the Yzma. Okay, good.
Play another Ursula. Keep the opponent's lore count down. I think, honestly, playing the Ursula is correct. Yep, there he goes.
So he's going to play the Ursula, 9. And then going to bring Lawrence down to 9, and he has enough ink to then... Nope, he's just going to pass. So, yeah, definitely, I mean, you have to use your whole board, though, to get rid of one of those Ursulas, but you can't leave them both on the board. There's no way.
Honestly, I don't think Lawrence cares about the Ursulas right now. He's getting to that point where the flutes are going to win the game, not the characters.
Yeah. If only he had a couple more online, he would definitely be in a much better position with that.
Probably take the Cinderella here. You don't need really another Simba, since the Ursulas aren't going to be doing attacking for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great. And Cinderella is such a great card. If you run in the Shift Cinderella, the Stout Heart, I mean, that thing is tough.
What you were going on before, cross-color shifting.
Yep.
The Steel Cindy can shift on top of that Amber Cindy.
Yep.
Yep.
And if it wasn't such a powerful card, I wouldn't see it coming as much. But when I see that little Cindy, I just see Big Cindy in the background lurking.
He's gonna go for the draining. He's gonna put 7 damage on that Ursula.
Yep, and then Rapunzel will probably finish it off, I assume.
Interesting decision. You're gonna
Strength of a Raging
Good.
Fire.
Great play.
So
Question 2.
but he already used a song that turn, so he didn't get the extra benefit from the flute, which I bet he was really struggling with it. Again, he wants to get that extra every single turn. So hopefully next turn he still has another song to be able to capitalize on that, because the flute can definitely send him right now into that win.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably gonna ink play dragon, get rid of the queen, and then quest with Ursula for 3.
That's going to bring Jonathan up to 8.
Yep.
Now, that's going to put a 2-turn clock for Lawrence. So he just needs a song and he's good to go.
Ooh, Rapunzel. That's a good draw. He's going to use Eric to challenge the Ursula.
Yep.
And then play Rapunzel to try and see a song. Yep.
100%, which is great. There, boom, get the damage off, draw 2 cards. What has he got?
Whole New World.
You loved it. Oh, and an aerial. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see for sure if you're Lawrence in that situation. Play the Cindy out, and I mean, either way, there's the game right there, 100%. You just have to have the Cinderella and the Rapunzel survive. You have the song, bingo bango. Let's get to game 3.
All right, there's a Maui drawn by Jonathan.
Oh, he has that teeth and ambitions to get rid of that Cindy, though.
Yeah, so he can clear the board at this point.
Oh,
He's not going to do it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take out the Rapunzel for sure. And then gonna get that extra 3, putting him at 11, putting a lot of pressure. That's going to put him almost at lethal. 2-turn clock from both gentlemen right now.
Honestly, if he hardcasts World, draws another flute, that's 20 right there.
100%. That's what that's the plan.
Yeah, ink, play Whole New World, try and draw a flute. Even then,
Inking
you're
that
not
queen.
staring at lethal.
Yeah, 100% use it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them out.
Does he have 7 or 6?
I think he's got
6.
8. Oh wait, I thought he had more on that pile on the left. I'm sorry. Okay. Hoping for a song. Oh, another Whole New World. Oh, Storm Rage on. That's huge. He needed that so bad.
You can actually use the Storm Rage on to take out a dragon with Prince Eric.
So he
can hardcast it. Yeah, hardcast it. And then you hardcast the Storm Rage on the dragon, use Prince Eric, take out the dragon, quest with Cindy, and or you can actually take out the Ursula. Ursula has 3 damage, so use Prince Eric to go after the Ursula. Yep, and then Storm Rage on finishes the job. Yep. I would hardcast it. That's interesting move, singing it.
Why would you hardcast it over singing it with the flute?
You're trying to put yourself in a position where you can next turn, even if he clears your board, next turn you hardcast Whole New World if need be, and then draw a song.
For sure.
Which now you're at that point anyway.
Yeah.
But
I personally, I do like the play that he did. I think that getting rid of the Ursula is a bigger threat there, and I think that using her to sing it when you have the flute, it kind of, you have that extra one. I definitely agree with you. But with what we know he has in hand, I think that he has enough ammunition to still fire off. Right.
What?
Request for 4.
Oh, there's a Be Prepared. Oh.
Oh, that's a great one. So that way he keeps it afterwards. Yep.
All
Huge play. So now he has a Maldragon. Lawrence knows that, clears the board. So now Lawrence is really banking on that whole new world, bringing in. Ooh, he can use that, but I would use the whole new world and just hope for the best on what I draw. Draw that flute.
Yeah, and whole new world gets rid of the dragon in his hand.
Yep.
So yeah, just ink play whole new world. That's it.
He's gonna play.
What?
That's interesting. Okay. All right.
There was a flute on the top of his deck. See?
Oh man, that sucks to
That's
see.
rough
I
sequencing.
definitely would have gone with the new hand on that one, knowing you're getting rid of the dragon is huge, and then you get the benefit of geez. You know you haven't seen flutes this whole game.
Yeah.
They got to be waiting for you. Now one's just sitting at the bottom of the deck.
So he's gonna play Ariel. I don't know why you're digging because you have a whole new world. See, that's
Another one. Don't take another one.
get the storm. Yeah. That was rough sequencing. Goes to 18 because he plus with the flute. That's you gave Jonathan a chance to come back and win this game.
Yeah, he definitely had it right there. He needed to pull it out right there. That's not saying he doesn't have it still. It's just that
He needs to clear
that made
both
it hard.
characters. Which he concedes.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, I actually saw a path to victory for Jonathan, but Jonathan didn't, so he's just given the win to Lawrence, and we're gonna go into game 3. Honestly, I'm surprised. I thought I was really seeing that there was a chance there. I guess Jonathan just didn't have the cards.
Yeah. Maybe he couldn't clear both characters. So
Yeah. That makes sense. If he didn't have any way to challenge the exerted characters, he had the rush characters, but he didn't have anything to potentially stop them. I don't think he had I think he did have the Maldragon, but it wouldn't have been enough. I think is what he was going with.
Yeah, it worked for him.
Yeah, because he did know that makes actually. I'm sorry, it does make sense now. He knew Lawrence grabbed the song. He knew he was going to get the flute off next turn, and because he was only able to get rid of one exerted character, that's why he conceded. So that's just seeing into the future a little bit, just taking a second, opening up that third eye. All right, so starting out here, Jonathan's opening hand already looking pretty wild with a couple be prepared. Don't want to see those early on.
Be prepared.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. So definitely send those to the Shadow Realm.
He elected to keep a be prepared. Interesting.
I'm kind of on team keep a be prepared when you know what you're going against. He had it help him on the same time, but only because he had 3.
I would never keep a be prepared in my opening hand against a wheel deck.
Yeah.
No way in heck.
Yeah. Again, if I'm him, I'm in that. Just because you have 3, you're probably not going to see that next one right away. So I'd risk it at that point. You know what I mean? And you're shuffling through. If you get wheeled, there's a good chance of you getting it again. But
Yeah, I want them in the deck. This way, if they wheel me, I draw into them. I don't want to keep one in my hand so it gets discarded. That's my logic behind
100%.
it.
100%.
Standard red purple play, turn 1 mini or Olaf.
Got 22 minutes left for this last round here of this match. Now we got the Mim bringing that mini back, got the 1 lore off, and then passing the turn. Greatest Criminal Mind. Yeah, it doesn't look like, the dragons are pretty much the only target for that in Jonathan's deck right now, so you got a long ways to go for those.
Ooh, you're going to shift queen and pass. Yep.
Doesn't want to give it up right away. That's smart. Inking that dragon.
Questing for 1, go to 2.
Putting that evasive out. That mini evasive is super good.
Yeah, that card was slept on for the first few weeks of the format. Then it found its way in here and became a mainstay. Some people are even teching fidget against
100%
in the mirror.
Yep.
Play Ariel.
Oof, and a hard whiff.
Yikes.
Some decent cards going back to the bottom of the deck right there. Not the best thing to see for Lawrence, but it is what it is. It looks like he does have that whole new world, though, for Ariel to sing next turn, which is going to be good. And a flute to play.
Yep, goes to 5 and plays another mini.
Oof, so many songs, though. If you have the flute, do you want a whole new world that away?
You're giving Jonathan a lot of cards. He only has 3 cards in hand, so you're giving him a lot to work with if you whole new world here.
I'm thinking you grab the sword, Stormray John, get those minis out of there, sacrifice one of those 2 for the Mim, and then whole new world next turn with the remainder.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that Mim.
Yep, so we're going to hit that. And then is that queen gonna sing?
You honestly could have quested for 2 with queen and used Ariel just to challenge the Mim and keep the sword in hand.
Yeah. I think he wants to
Could
get
have
rid.
been a
I think
play.
he wants to get rid of those minis though, and so he was doing the other combo to try to just knock him out. What I'm surprised though is he didn't play.
Now the queen can be taken out by the Mim.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Is that he's going to sacrificing one of those two for the play. But I think that was interesting to me is that he didn't play that flute. Okay, there we go. There, that's what I was like. Why not play the flute this turn? All
Lawrence
right.
is officially on the board. Friends on the
So,
other side. That's a good draw for Jonathan. Gives him some more card
yeah,
advantage.
it's
He's
gonna
a
hard
hard
cast that.
cast.
That's
Yep.
interesting. I kind of, he's definitely going to use the Mim, but I would have sacrificed the 2 lore for the soft cast on
Goat and Cusco. That's great draw. He's going to play the Cusco, use the Mim to take out the queen and quest for 2, it looks like. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that Cusco is becoming a mainstay in the format for Red Purple, absolutely.
For sure.
It's
Ink
a great
and the Benja.
it's a great Teeth of Ambition play, but now the wheels on the bus are going round and round. We're gonna both draw 7 cards here.
Looks like we got rid of a Be Prepared and didn't replenish it though. So I mean, not a terrible use of it for Jonathan. It's not like he got super value out of it. He does have some decent cards, but I think he was kind of banking on that Be Prepared,
Yeah.
obviously because he saved it in the opening hand.
There's a Maui, I think. Yep. Maui, Lady Tremaine, good cards for next turn. Absolutely. He's gonna another grab your sword.
We'll
So
get rid of that mini, getting rid of the Cusco, letting him get another card, another draw.
and then quest for 1 and 2, go to 3 for Lawrence.
And a Maui. As you like to see that right now. If you're,
Take out the Ariel.
oh, you already have one. Okay, you didn't even need it. He's still gonna play it though. Yeah, you gotta get rid of that Ariel. That singing power is too huge in that deck for sure. Speaking of singers, able to pull that Cinderella out.
There's 2 of them in Lawrence's hand, so you can play double Cindy. Probably gonna use the Eric to take out the Maui. That card's gonna interrupt any singing being done.
Definitely important for Lawrence to play smart here, having the advantage of already having that the last game won. He kind of has that high that he's riding.
Interesting. I like that use of Criminal Mind right there. It goes to 5.
Yep.
Mounting a comeback here for Lawrence. 2 for Simba Bodyguarded. Okay.
He does have another Maui in hand,
You
so
can play the Cindy here, but elects not to in terms of playing around Be Prepared.
yep.
Smart. Another Cusco.
Inking and Maleficent.
Play Maui again. Interesting inking the okay. Yeah, so now you play another Cusco. Very good.
Now that Eric can take out that Maui.
It's a good back and forth here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very balanced. It's a good one for the final match here in this round. Definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it might even be a tactic of the player to keep their ink stacked in a unit like that. Kind of makes it harder for your opponent to know exactly what you're worrying about working with without specifically asking.
Yeah.
Be our guest. Jonathan taking a look at the pretty artwork.
Dropping the Rapunzel there. Rapunzel's not really too huge in this matchup here.
No, it's not really given much of anything because people are, by the time that they have damage, or I mean, other than that Maui because he's so thick, I mean, you're probably gonna be wiped out.
Yeah. Inca Cindy. Play the Queen. All right, good card. Pass. Probably. Could
He
you
might be questing with that Eric. He's trying to decide if he wants to quest or kill. Probably a good idea to quest. Let the Maui take him out if it's gonna. Okay.
No. Yeah, because if you quest, the Maui will be able to take out the
And
Eric.
not die.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're getting very close to dragon range too. Probably gonna play Lady Tremaine. Yep.
Yeah.
Get rid of the queen.
for
That
sure.
card is so powerful.
Yeah.
Even
much
gets a
value.
reward.
So much value.
Goes to 8 for Jonathan.
Losing a little bit of steam on Lawrence's side. He's going to have to make some big plays here. Playing out that Tinkerbell's a good start. And a Tiana.
All right.
I feel like the Tiana just because it's a 1-drop, but I mean, it's an interesting choice to pit in that deck. You know what I mean? You don't usually see it unless there's a shift or something like that.
Yeah. Inks the Teeth. Not really prominent right now. Plays the Maleficent. Gets rid of the Tinkerbell.
Why not the
And
Tiana? She's such a threat.
she has too many beignets in your hand. And then I'm gonna quest with Tremaine, I would assume, and Cusco. I don't know what the thought process is here. Is to quest for 3 goes to 11.
It's gonna put 2-turn clock on Jonathan taking this with that Tiana not being able to take out anything but the Cusco. He's going to get 4 lore on the next one, and then assuming he plays just about anything, that's going to put that clock right at the next turn. So Lawrence knows it's now or never.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Lawrence. He's the
Big
people's
play.
hero in the chat.
Hey,
That hurt
there's
it.
Cinderella. She's a great card to have down. Is it too late? She can still die from 1 hit from Maldragon, so she has a little less potency than she normally has.
Oh yeah. Well, he inked 1 dragon already. Played 1 dragon, and this list is on 4 Maleficent Dragon, I believe, instead of the standard 2 or 3. So it's
There's definitely been a talk about whether you keep or cut the Maleficent Dragon, but in these, matchups like this where it does get this, intense into the later game, it's really nice when she's still in there. I feel like the people that cut her out for some early game aggro stuff might be kicking themselves in that situation.
just gonna quest for 5, go to 16. And play rabbit, I think. Yep. Draw 1. Another rabbit.
Yep.
Ursula.
All right.
Looks like that's it for Jonathan right
That's
now.
a pretty great hand. All right. I don't know if there's anything really Lawrence can do. Even a grab your swords isn't going to send it home.
Yeah, you need to clear both Maleficent and Lady Tremaine this turn.
Well, you got Tinkerbell. Just put a little something in there. Definitely going to be able to take out the Lady Tremaine with that Cinderella. I wouldn't swing into the Maleficent. Yeah.
And then that's still lethal.
Yep. Simba going into the Inkwell. And Lawrence passing the turn. Yeah, that's
lethal.
GG.
Yep.
All right. Well, what a way to end that game. Ruby Amethyst definitely still doing what Ruby Amethyst does. It is a really impressive deck. Even when you think you can kind of come back, the roots of the control deck come back up from the grounds, and it really shows you why it's at the top. You know what I mean? It is a great deck. It does play really well. I'm interested to see how it plays against an Amber Steel